don't think that working smarter means you don't have to work harder. Welcome to Teen Turf Talk. Today we're going to be talking about 2 mindsets you should implement. I've implemented. First, we're going to talk about how you should treat every yard like a $100 yard. And the second one is work smarter, not harder is a myth. Work smarter and harder is what you should do. So, first one, treat every yard like a $100 yard. I was mowing last week, I believe, and I found myself thinking, this is only a $45 yard. Why am I trying so hard? And instantly I was like, that is a horrible mindset to have. If you are in that mindset of, oh, this is a $30 yard versus a $50 yard, or a $50 yard versus a $100 yard, it's just not a good place to be. I would just say it's pretty brutal for your business because you're not giving everything you can in each cut, and therefore your customers just aren't gonna appreciate it as much because it won't be as good. So treat every yard like a $100 yard. Whatever that means to you. For me, that means I'm gonna go over the stripes twice. That's the biggest difference for me between a $50 yard and a $100 yard. And by going over those stripes twice, it makes it look more professional, I guess, because it has the stripes on it. It just looks better, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that's the difference between a $50 yard and a $100 yard, but that's how I am trying to get there. So, one, would you pay $100 for your cut? Maybe, maybe not. If not, you probably should find a way to make it better. And 2, if you can cut better, why would you not cut better? Why would you accept mediocrity when you could be great? Why would you make a yard look, okay, doesn't stick out, looks like all the rest, when you could make it be that 1 yard on the street that everybody's like, wow, who cut your grass? Why? Why would you ever choose mediocrity? Just keep that in mind. If you are mowing yards and you're thinking, this is a $100 yard, how can I make this worth $100? If you do that over an extended enough period of time, 1, you're going to get referrals, and 2, your customers are going to love you because their yards look great, and 3, you're going to get the awareness of the community because your yard is the one that sticks out because it looks so great. Our second one is work harder and smart. Many times the principle of work smarter, not harder, gets warped into I'm not going to try because I can just work smarter and therefore I don't have to work harder. But imagine if you work smarter and harder. Wouldn't you get like 4 times as much done? 6 times as much done? The ability to work smarter and harder will absolutely elevate your cuts. If you can provide that value of a $100 yard, that would be the working harder, and do it in as much time as the people who charge $50. The compounding effect of that is outrageous. Imagine Netflix, right? Before Netflix, they had, Block, whatever, where you got the CDs like in person, or Redbox, right? Redbox. The product was the same. Their work harder, they both work just as hard on the product. The smarter aspect is what separated them. So Netflix said, I can give you this movie in 5 seconds as soon as it loads. Redbox said you had to drive all the way to CVS, whether that's 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes away. The time differential there made Netflix worth many, 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 many times more than Redbox. The product was the same movie. It was the time that it took. The time is a little different for grass, right? It's still going to take you probably 30 minutes or so. But if you can provide that cinematic experience, the perfect grass experience, a great looking lawn, in a reasonable amount of time, the value of that is significant. If you're over there for 2 hours, and that's what it takes to make the grass look good, but another guy can come and do it in 30 minutes and make it look as good, if not better, then that guy has significantly more value. Nobody wants to listen to a lawnmower for 2 hours. So be efficient, work smarter. Some ways that I've implemented this, give you some examples here. When I'm weed eating, I try to, when you're in a cornfield and if you touch a wall, you'll eventually get out. If you do that while you're weed eating and you go along like the outside edge and just walk the whole outside edge and then walk the whole inside edge, you get all of it without having to walk back and forth across the yard and miss spots and go in circles. It's the most efficient way. So if you can implement that efficiency, and if you can implement getting an even higher quality grass cut, the compounding effect of that is what will get you to whatever your next level is. Whether that be getting my second customer, my 10th customer, my 100th customer, raising the quality of your cut while reducing the time that it takes, increasing the efficiency of your cut, will compound and make people want your grass, which sounds really nerdy, because who wants your grass, right? But imagine if your grass was good enough that people asked for your grass. They asked, who mows your grass? Who's this kid that mows your grass? He does an amazing job. That's what you're going for. That's what you want. So to summarize, treat every yard like a $100 yard. Work harder to get those $100 yards, but also work smarter to increase efficiency. Don't think that working smarter means you don't have to work harder. Don't confuse those two. That's all I've got for you today. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. I'll see y'all next week.